They didn't expect her to do anything. They thought she would cry, maybe run away like she always did. But when the slap echoed through the courtyard, it didn't break her, it awakened her. And what she did next didn't just silence 200 students. It changed an entire school. It was lunchtime on a warm Wednesday afternoon, and the courtyard at Lincoln High was packed. Students sat in groups, some eating, some laughing, some glued to their phones. In the middle of it all, sat a girl who didn't belong anywhere. That girl was Maya. She had transferred in only 2 months ago. Quiet, reserved, and painfully shy, Maya kept to herself. She wore oversized hoodies, never raised her hand in class, and always sat in the last row. She wasn't rude. She wasn't weak. But she was different. And in high school, different was dangerous. Maya's story wasn't written on her face, but it was carved into her silence. Her father had passed away the previous year, and her mother, trying to support 2 children alone, moved the family across the state for a fresh start. But starting over was harder than Maya ever imagined. The students at Lincoln High had tight-knit friend circles. Outsiders weren't welcomed. Especially not ones like her. She became an easy target. The mean girls whispered about her thrift store clothes. The boys mocked her silence. And one group, led by a girl named Kelsey, made it their mission to break her down. Kelsey was everything Maya wasn't: loud, confident, popular, and cruel. With her entourage always nearby, she walked the school like it belonged to her. The tension had been building for weeks. Kelsey threw food at Maya once during lunch. Another time, she accidentally spilled water all over her bag. Maya never reacted. She picked up her things, swallowed her tears, and walked away. Every single time. Until that day. It started like any other lunch period. Maya sat alone under the big oak tree, a peanut butter sandwich in one hand, a library book in the other. She was halfway through a chapter when she saw Kelsey approaching with her 2 best friends. The whispers began before they even reached her. A few students nearby turned to look, sensing something about to happen. Maya closed her book slowly. Her heart raced, but her face remained still. "Hey, loser," Kelsey sneered. "Still pretending you're better than everyone?" Maya didn't respond. She never did. "Say something," Kelsey snapped, now standing just inches away. "What, cat got your tongue?" Maya stood up slowly, meeting her eyes for the first time. Kelsey didn't like that. She was used to fear. She was used to people looking down or away. Not standing tall. And then, without warning, she slapped Maya across the face. The sound cracked through the courtyard like thunder. The chatter died instantly. Over 200 students froze, some with phones in hand, others too shocked to breathe. Maya's face turned slightly with the force. Her cheek burned. Her eyes blinked. But she didn't cry. She didn't even flinch. She looked straight back at Kelsey. But what she did next wasn't what anyone expected. She didn't hit back. She didn't shout. She didn't run. Instead, Maya stepped back and climbed onto the bench behind her, lifting herself above the crowd. Her voice, soft but steady, broke the silence. "Is this what gets attention here? Violence." Everyone stared. "You think slapping me makes you powerful? It makes you weak. Because real strength doesn't come from hurting someone. It comes from standing up even when you're scared. And I've been scared every day since I got here. But not anymore." The crowd didn't know what to do. Phones were raised. Eyes were wide. Kelsey looked stunned, her hand still halfway in the air. "I lost my dad last year," Maya continued, her voice shaking now, not from fear but from courage. "I lost my friends. My home. Everything I knew. And I came here hoping maybe I'd find a little kindness. But all I found were people waiting for me to fall." She paused. The silence was heavy. "You saw someone different, and instead of trying to know her, you tried to break her. But I'm not going to let you decide who I am. Not anymore." With that, Maya stepped down from the bench and walked away. Her shoulders didn't shake. Her eyes didn't water. She walked right past Kelsey, past the stunned crowd, past the phones and stairs, until she disappeared into the school building. The courtyard remained still for a long moment. Then someone clapped. Then another. Soon, applause broke out across the yard. That moment was the beginning of a shift. The video of the slap and Maya's speech spread online overnight. It was shared not because of the slap, but because of her strength. Students from other schools commented. Alumni sent messages. "I wish I had your courage," one girl wrote. "You made me believe again," said another. The school was forced to act. Kelsey was suspended. Maya was called into the principal's office. Not for punishment, but for praise. Teachers checked in on her. Students who had never spoken to her before sat beside her in class, joined her at lunch. But Maya didn't change who she was. She still wore hoodies. Still loved reading. Still walked quietly through the halls. The difference was that now, people saw her. Not as a victim. Not as the quiet girl. But as the girl who stood tall on a bench and turned pain into power. A few weeks later, Maya was invited to speak at an assembly on bullying. She stood behind the podium, nervous but ready. "I didn't want to be a hero," she said. "I just wanted to stop hiding." And maybe that's where change begins, not with shouting or fighting, but with someone choosing not to be invisible anymore. That day, a dozen more students shared their own stories. The school's climate shifted. Slowly. But surely. And Maya. She never had to eat alone again.